In today's video, I'm going to break down some of the most common business jargon and cliché terms that you've probably heard in meetings or work emails. In fact, these are all terms that have been used with me in recent meetings and emails with some of the companies I work with in the USA. If you've ever been confused by these business English terms, don't worry, this video will help clear it up. First up, we have agenda. Agenda. An agenda is simply a list of items that will be discussed at a meeting. It helps everyone stay on track and ensures nothing gets forgotten. It's like a schedule or a plan for the meeting. It's the agenda. Here are some examples. Let's go over today's agenda before we start the meeting. I've sent you the agenda. Please review it before the call. We didn't get through everything on the agenda. Let's schedule another meeting. Next, we have deadline. Deadline. A deadline is something we all love to hate. A deadline is the latest time or date by which something should be completed. Here are some examples. The deadline for submitting the report is next Friday. We can't miss this deadline. It's crucial for the project's success. I'm working late to meet the deadline for this task. Stakeholder. Stakeholder. Now let's talk about stakeholder and stakeholders. A stakeholder is anyone who has an interest in a project or a company, like clients, employees, or investors. We need to update our stakeholders on the project's progress. The stakeholders were pleased with the initial proposal. As a stakeholder in the company, I have a say in the direction of the project. Deliverable. Deliverable. Next up, we have deliverable. And this is something that I'm often told about in my work as a podcaster. A deliverable is something tangible or intangible that's produced as part of a project. It could be a report, a product, or even a piece of software. In my industry, deliverables tend to be numbers of views on videos or numbers of impressions on podcasts. Here are the examples. The marketing team's deliverable for this quarter is a new campaign plan. Our deliverable for the project is a fully functional website. We're waiting for the client to approve the deliverables before we move forward. Synergy. Synergy. Synergy is a big business cliche. It is one of the most jargony cliche terms often used in the corporate world. Synergy refers to the combined effect of multiple elements, multiple people, multiple things working together, producing better results than if they were working alone. It's a confusing, jargony term, but it is one that is often used. Basically, it means working together. We're hoping for synergy between our product and the marketing department. The team believes the merger will create synergy that leads to more innovation. By working together, we can achieve a synergy that will drive success. Leverage. Leverage. Moving on to leverage. This means using something to your advantage, whether it's resources, skills, or a relationship. You can use something to gain that advantage, to get a step up on everyone else. We can leverage our network to expand into new markets. The company plans to leverage its expertise in AI to improve customer service. You should leverage your strengths to stand out in the interview. As a podcaster for English learners, I leverage my experience learning Japanese and I leverage my past as an academic researcher to produce interesting videos. Bandwidth. Bandwidth. Maybe you've heard of bandwidth before. It's often used for internet speed, but it's also a common business idiom or jargon. It refers to the capacity to handle tasks or responsibilities. With internet, bandwidth is how much data you can transmit. In business, it's how many tasks or responsibilities or things you can do at one time. For example, I don't have the bandwidth to take on any new projects this week. We need to consider if we have the bandwidth to manage this extra workload. She has the bandwidth to handle more clients, so we'll assign them to her. Circle back. Circle back. Circle back simply means to revisit something later. You'll hear this a lot in meetings when something is put on hold for follow-up. If you walk in a circle, you always return to the same spot. So by circle back, it means later on we'll talk more about this in detail. Let's circle back to this issue in our next meeting. I'll circle back with you after I speak to the client. We should circle back to this idea after we get more data. Touch base. Touch base. Touch base is another way to say check in or make contact or talk with someone. It's often used when you want to quickly update someone on something. You want to make sure something is correct or stay in contact with someone. I'll touch base with you tomorrow to see how the project is progressing. Let's touch base after the meeting to discuss the next steps. I just wanted to touch base and make sure everything is on track. Pivot. Pivot. To pivot means to change direction or strategy, especially if something isn't working as planned. We had to pivot our approach after the initial strategy didn't yield results. The company decided to pivot and focus more on digital marketing. After receiving feedback, we decided to pivot our design to better meet customer needs. Action item. Action item. An action item is a specific task or responsibility that's assigned to someone, often after a meeting. For example, your action item is to prepare the budget proposal by next week. We assigned several action items during the meeting to ensure progress. Can you confirm the action items before the end of the day? Pain point. Pain point refers to a problem or challenge that needs to be addressed. Often, this is related to customers or clients. It's something you need to fix or something that's causing problems or issues in your business, just as a pain point would cause on your body. For example, our new software addresses the pain points of managing customer data. Identifying the customer pain points is crucial to designing a better product. The survey results show that time management is a pain point for most of our team. When I record Thinking in English podcast episodes, I consider the pain points of language learners. Fast and unclear speech, no transcripts, and confusing vocabulary. And I try and solve these issues. I think about your pain points. Scalable. Something that is scalable can grow or expand without losing performance. This is often used when talking about business growth, about growing your business, scaling your business. If you can make your business bigger and if you can expand your business, we can say that it is scalable. Our business model is scalable, allowing us to expand quickly. The platform is scalable, meaning it can handle thousands of users without slowing down. We need a scalable solution to accommodate future growth. Ecosystem. Ecosystem. An ecosystem in business refers to the network of companies, products, and services that are interconnected within a particular industry. I work in the podcasting ecosystem. I rely on you listening. I rely on Spotify putting my episodes out. I rely on my podcast network finding me sponsors. All of us rely on each other. Our app is part of the larger tech ecosystem, integrating with multiple services. The ecosystem of startups in this city is growing rapidly. We need to understand the ecosystem before launching our new product. Low-hanging fruit. And last but not least, low-hanging fruit. This is an idiom, and it refers to tasks or problems that are easy to solve or address. The low-hanging fruit is the easiest fruit to pluck from the tree. If it's right at the top of the tree, it's going to be very difficult to achieve. But the low-hanging fruit is the easy things, the simple things that you can solve or address straight away. Let's start with the low-hanging fruit before tackling the more complex issues. I'll handle the low-hanging fruit and you focus on the bigger problems. We should take care of the low-hanging fruit first to build momentum. So there you have it. These are just a few of the most common business jargon and cliche terms that you might hear. Hopefully now you feel more confident in using them. If there are any other business terms or idioms or expressions you want explained, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your colleagues. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.